So this was a pleasant turn of fate. Deadpool Wolverine came out early in Japan. I saw it and I want to talk about it. Of all the movies of 2024, this movie had the potential to be either really good or really bad. And I'm happy to say this movie is good. Is it better than some of the recent MCU stuff? Yes. But is it as good as the first two Deadpool movies and some of the Fox X-Men movies? Well, let's talk about it. The best things about this movie are right there in the title, Deadpool and Wolverine. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman absolutely crush at their respective roles. Ryan Reynolds knows when to be wacky and he knows when to be funny, but he knows when to tone it down and be serious as the merc with the mouth. Deadpool as a character can be really annoying if he's not reined in, and Ryan Reynolds knows how to rein him in. Hugh Jackman has been playing this role for over 20 years at this point, and he's gotten the Logan role down pat. He knows when to brood, but he knows when to be badass. And seeing him in the classic yellow outfit made me very happy. Adding to this, the chemistry between the two is really great. Yes, they do argue, yes, they do fight a lot, and their fight scenes are really cool, but they know how to work together and they know how to, become friends to fight a common enemy. I mean, the title of the movie is called Deadpool and Wolverine. If they didn't get that right, this whole movie would have fallen apart. But thankfully, they knocked it out of the park with the two leading characters, so that's a great sign already. Adding to this is that there's a new character called Dogpool, who is the ugliest dog, but gosh darn it, it's the cutest dog ever. Another big point in this movie's favor is that the action scenes are really good. The first action sequence has Wade Wilson fighting a bunch of goons to Bye 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 from NSYNC. It's creatively shot and it really sets the mood for the whole movie. There's another fight scene that takes place in a car. No, it's not a car chase, it's the fight in a parked car. There's another fight sequence that's shot from the side and it's a Deadpool and Wolverine fighting a bunch of goons and it's like a side-scrolling beat 'em up on crack. It is awesome. Adding to that, the tone is really consistent throughout this whole movie. Yeah, it knows when to have a sad moment, but it also knows when to have a funny moment, and never loses its tone. You can tell that a lot with some of the more recent MCU movies when they add in a funny moment when there really shouldn't have been. This movie knows how to keep its pace the whole time. It feels like there was no push and pull between the creative side and the executive side of MCU. It's also just a really good movie to look at. I feel like a lot of this movie was shot on location, and it shows. There's a lot of big scenes, a lot of great colors, and when there are effects, they don't stand out that much. Yeah, there's a few questionable effects here and there, but nothing too gratuitous like in some of the more recent MCU movies. You know who I'm talking about. There's also some great musical choices here. The original score is really good too, but some of the licensed songs are really catchy. There's a lot of pop songs and some hip-hop here, and it all fits in well with the movie. Oh, that said though, I am so sick of hearing AC/DC. If I could go the rest of my life without hearing another AC/DC song, I would die happy. Maybe we get another rock band in there like, say, Killswitch Engage or After the Burial. That would be pretty cool. And probably the best part of this movie is the pacing. It goes on for, what, 2 hours long? It did not drag on for too long. It did not feel like it was going on forever. The movie ended right as it needed to, and that is probably one of the best compliments you can give a movie. With that said, I don't think this movie is perfect. There are some issues, and I think one of the biggest ones is a potential lack of familiarity. I feel like to get the most out of this movie, you need to have seen Deadpool 1, Logan, Deadpool 2, Loki Season 1, the Fox X-Men movies, some of the non-MCU Marvel movies, and the development of some of those movies as well. As someone who grew up with the MCU, a lot of the Marvel movies in general, for me this was an issue because when someone would appear up, I'd be like, oh wow, they brought that character back, that's so cool! But I can see some other people being like, huh? Who's that? This has been an issue in some of the more recent MCU works, and while it's not quite as big of an issue as it was in, say, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, it could be an issue for the casual moviegoer. And while some of the newer characters and returning characters are used really well in their time in the movie, the characters from the Deadpool movies aren't really seen all that much. Peter gets a lot of attention, Blind Al does get some funny lines, and Vanessa does have a line or two, but a lot of the other characters are just glorified cameos. Characters like Cable aren't even in the movie at all, other than a mention. Another thing is the antagonists aren't as explored as much as you would want them to. Like, the one character's motivation is just like, really, you're gonna do all this for that? There's really no reason at all. Another character does get some attention, but I would like to see more of this character in future works. Another thing, this might be just a me issue, is that I wasn't laughing a lot at this movie. There are jokes, and I did laugh at quite a bit of them, but not as hard as I did at, say, Deadpool 2 or Deadpool 1. Maybe my sense of humor has changed, or maybe the jokes didn't land for me. I don't know. Lastly, Kevin Feige said that this movie is really important for the MCU going forward, and I really don't agree with that. This movie is a really good closing of a chapter, so to speak, rather than opening a new one. That said though, I would like to see these characters be brought back in future works. How they do so, well, I'm excited to see. Overall, I had fun with Deadpool Wolverine. Is it a game changer? Not really. Is it something that the MCU needed right now? Yes. If I put it in my tier list of the MCU, I'd put it solidly in the B rank. So that's my review of Deadpool Wolverine. I don't really do movie reviews because, for one, it's hard to get screeners in Japan. 2, I'm not big enough to get screeners. And 3, a lot of movies come out really late in Japan, such as these. I hope you enjoyed my review. Like I said, I don't really do movie reviews, but if there's interest, I could do more in the future. And if you want to see more in the future, let me know down there in the comments. And to my normal subscribers, yes, I am doing another video this week. This was just a bonus. I have a really epic Lost Media video coming this week, and I hope you are ready for that. So with that, I will end the video. So have you seen Deadpool and Wolverine? Let me know down there in the comments. Or more importantly, who do you want in Marvel vs. Capcom 4? That's a more important question. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell as well for notifications on future videos. Hit me up on the social media like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok @ZMaze. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Everybody, take care.